Hi, I'm Farhan. Today I will be talking about project reflection for assessment task 1 and 2 for water and environmental design. First, let's briefly introduce the team. I was part of Team 5, which also comprised of Mitchell, Prabhu, and Rashid. The four of us collaborated together to work on two assessment tasks. The first one was a cultural heritage impact assessment report, and the second one was a technical design report for effluent irrigation. Since this was my first studio subject, initially I thought the assessment tasks involved to have uh, normal research report and quizzes similar to other uni subjects. But when I started the classes, I realized that this subject requires a different level of professional collaboration. Considering I had no experience with SHIA report or preparing a technical design report like a professional engineer, I feel I managed to meet the objectives of this subject. I will be describing my experience as we go on. Coincidentally, the thing I like the best and the least about this subject is both related to collaboration. While I appreciated the opportunity to improve collaborative skills in a professional setting, but at the same time, effective collaboration on every aspect of the assignment was quite daunting at times. Now let's talk about teamwork. Overall, I feel my team effectively collaborated to meet the objectives of the subject. Since each assessment task required teamwork at some point, we planned our work accordingly and assigned tasks after discussing personal strengths and weaknesses. But for successful completion of the project, we had to overcome significant obstacles. For example, we had no prior experience with Shia report. So we had to discuss as a team on how to tackle it. So we viewed several example sample reports to help us understand like how a Shia report works. And another major obstacle was an absent team member. Initially, we had difficulty contacting one team member. So what we did was constantly contacting him via mail and social media, emphasizing the importance of his contribution to the project. I feel like the best way to overcoming obstacles in a team is by constant communication and good rapport building. Personally, I feel I diligently performed every assigned task and updated my project progress to other members. Um, as a personal challenge, I feel initially I was a bit scared about Bowin software because I had no experience with it, but I managed to overcome the problem by practicing and with the assistance of my team and subject coordinator. Now let's have a brief overview of the subject matter. Let's start with the CHIA report. We chose the Narabri area as the site location for the project. As you can see, the Narabri area are the traditional lands of the Kamilaroi people, and around 93 recorded sites are heritage registered around the Narabri area. Some notable heritage sites include the Namoi River and Narabri Creek, which shows how much significant water is for the Aboriginal community. The technical competency for the report personally for me was quite high because I had no previous experience with the CHIA report, and I had to uh, assess each and every heritage site to determine the positive and negative impacts the construction of the wastewater treatment plant will bring. For the technical design report, we had to determine whether council proposed WSP was the suitable option for the land available to the council. We determined the land was not sufficient, so we proposed two alternate design options involving activated sludge and trickling filter, of which trickling filter was recommended as it satisfies the land area requirement. We also proposed lucerne in place of council proposed forage sorghum as the crop option because it requires less land in comparison to forage sorghum. The technical competency of this subject is quite high according to me because for successful completion of the task we had to learn how to use BioWin software successfully, and for the effluent irrigation calculation we had to utilize an Excel spreadsheet so that we could compare the design options. Overall, I feel like I gained substantial confidence in wastewater treatment concepts because of this project. In addition to technical skills, I realized that my transferable skills have improved substantially as well. Um, I'm now more confident in teamwork and collaboration, in conducting extensive research, and I'm now more adaptable when working in a team. But the best thing I learned is project communication and stakeholder engagement. I realized that the best way to convey information clearly to all relevant stakeholders is by actively listening, understanding diverse viewpoints, and expressing concerns promptly and effectively. During the project, I got to work on my critical thinking as well. Some examples are listed here. For our project site, we initially chose Brewerina fish trap, but upon critical thinking, uh, we determined that Narabri is the suitable choice as it meets the 5,000 population requirement of the assignment. Then another instance was that I was having difficulty in lowering the total nitrogen of the effluent while using the BioWin software. So I had to skillfully alter the tank volumes to achieve satisfactory results. In terms of challenges, we had quite a few significant ones. As previously mentioned, we were having difficulty to contact one member of the team at the beginning, which was hindering the project's progress. As a result, lack of communication led to less time for reviewing and making corrections before submission. Also, as one member did not attend the classes, it was up to other members to handle most of the complex concepts and calculations, which led to unequal distribution of workload. But despite all the setbacks, I feel we managed to make full use of the project as the skills we developed and the obstacles we overcame made us more prepared for a future career in engineering. The feedback process for the project was indeed very rewarding. Uh, as I experienced substantial improvement in project's development following the subject coordinator's feedback. At one point of the project, we got the opportunity to give and receive feedback from another team, which was honestly very helpful. Here are two key examples of my feedback and adaptation process. But the gist is that because of feedback, I got to modify and make changes to meet the needs of my client. In future, I would like to utilize the feedback process more effectively as I realized how important it is to give and receive feedback. I would also like to be more vocal so that I can encourage teamwork and communication among team members. Finally, I would also like to make better use of an e-portfolio because I understood how helpful documenting the learning journey can be. Thank you.